I am getting ready to go over the tasks that I have to do for this week for my online business and my creative projects. Thing is, I'm also going to be leaving town next week for one of those creative projects, so I kind of got to factor that into what needs to be done and what I need to take care of before that trip happens. So this week, my tasks that I'm going to go through are really balancing my business and creative projects while preparing for this trip down south. So to recap, I am playing as a solo musician down in Jackson, Mississippi in about a week. And I had the idea to combine the three things that I do. One of them being music, which is obvious because that's why I'm going down there, is to play a show. Two is to source local goods for my online business. I have an eBay store. Actually, I have several stores, but eBay's the main one, where I sell vintage toys, games, books, and other items. And three, I want to integrate my webcomics into it. I used to do a diary comic, and I kind of put that on hold for a fictional project that I'm working on. And I wanted to do some sort of webcomic thing going down there, and really the diary comic is the one that made the most sense. So I need to figure out a way to get back in the habit of doing that. So as I said, I need to balance the creative projects for this trip that I need to take care of, and also what kind of different things I need to do because of this trip. I manage a lot of this stuff that I do week to week through a mixture of spreadsheets and calendars. I use the spreadsheets for tasks, but they're usually just tasks that repeat over and over again each month. So it's really just I need to do this, this, and this, and it's laid out like what platform, what thing each week, what I need to record, and I just kind of cycle through those every month. The calendar is for when I do things like interviews for the podcast, or if I have shows or places I need to go, or even just estate sales that I need to go to. And I do most of that strictly through just the Assistant app that I have on my Google Pixel. I just tell my phone, hey, put this on my calendar. And then if it's like an interview, I usually also go, hey, the day before, remind me to contact this person to remind them that we are doing this thing the next day. I actually learned that the hard way over the years, because people will be all psyched to do an interview with you on a podcast, and then the day of, you're like, hey, just getting ready for today. And they're like, why, what's today? It's just one of those things I've learned over the years. Plus, it's the show that I'm doing, so I really should be responsible for going, hey, remember that thing? You know, they have their own lives. All right, so that's how I organize my stuff, and really I do rely on the virtual assistant a lot. Also, the thing too is we're in the middle of getting ready for an album release, and I had to delay that by a week because it was going to be released the week that I'm traveling. And I can't be doing promotion for an album and traveling, so I pushed back the promotion of that through our distributor to the week after, so it's going to be coming out on April 2nd. And with an estate sale that I went to this weekend, which actually was a great estate sale. There was a sale up north that was really good. It was in this big old house, and the best part is it was like a grandmother's house. So it was just tons of like toys from over the years, and that was a great find for me. So we spent a lot of time and money at this place for this week. So I have to list all that stuff to get reimbursed for the money that I just spent on it, which is the concept of like, okay, I need to list this stuff. Well, I'm going to be leaving for a week. Another thing I have to do too is list this stuff as much as I can so people will buy it. But then also I have to set my stores up to be in vacation mode. So people can still buy, but they will get a message going, this is going to be sent out a week later. And then I have to be prepared for answering messages or possibly dealing with canceled orders. It's just the nature of the beast. I did that one other time when I went to Europe with my band and we played in Prague. And there was really only maybe one person that had a problem because they were ordering it for a specific event that was happening. And usually my shipping is about 3 days. So when they saw, oh, there's a delay, they kind of were like, well, then I want to cancel it. Understandable. But at least I do know that I can take care of that and not actually have to take my store offline. It does mess with my sales though. And then I kind of got to get back into drawing my diary comic. I used to do it as a 4-panel, but I kind of want to maybe even do it more freeform, because what I used to do is I would just pick one thing from the day and talk about it in the comic and do it in a 4-panel strip, which made sense for just kind of doing a, here's my setup to do it, and I have to make sure it fits into this. And it was kind of a challenge. This one's going to be documenting probably several things that happened that day. And I don't want to just pick one thing. So I might just freeform how I'm doing the boxes, maybe not rely on an actual box setup, but just kind of draw out the stuff. So that's what I've been kind of dealing with. And really I should be doing the comic now, but I am not. And then of course, what I've been doing is practicing my set for my solo show at my band's practice space. And I need to find the best way to consolidate what I'm bringing with, which is a keyboard stand, 2 microphone stands, 2 microphones, and DI boxes. I think that's it. I should also contact the place that I'm going to be playing at to let them know what I need to hook up to. Oh, and my laptop, because my laptop is going to be playing the backing tracks. So I have to make sure that that can go into the system so people can hear that and I can play along with it. There. I need to write that out, and I should set a reminder for that. So I'll use my assistant on my phone after I'm done with this to go write out my stage plot. I'd be curious to know what types of methods people are using to manage their multiple creative tasks or projects, or even art projects or freelancing, just trying to meld all that stuff into time limits and getting the projects done. So I'm gonna possibly be on the road next time I do one of these videos. We'll see. But that's what I have to do this week, and I'll see you next time.